Hey there gamers, DreamcastGuy here, and today we're talking about Hellraiser because they just announced a real Hellraiser video game. Not a point-and-click adventure or a stupid tie-in or, I don't know, a cell phone game, but an actual real Hellraiser first-person survival horror. And I have to admit that I am completely freaking out because I never get a chance to talk about this ever on the channel, but I am obsessed with Hellraiser. I've read the books, I've been completely into the comics, including the ones where Christy becomes Pinhead, but even beyond that, I've met the actors. I have hung out with actual Pinhead Doug Bradley. But let's talk about this because, honestly, the trailer for this game is so horny and filled with titties and blood and gore. I literally can't show it to you, but let's look at some tasteful, YouTube-friendly screenshots. Hi, hope you're having a great day, and if you could, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, Hellraiser has always been a very interesting franchise because, honestly, there's so much potential to the project. Because the way these work, in case you've never watched the movies or read the books or anything, is that essentially there are these creatures called the Cenobites, the Hell Priests, and their job is that they try to take you down to hell and torture you forever. But they always phrase it as like a good thing. They essentially find people to trick them into solving this puzzle box. La Machard's configuration is what it's called. But this puzzle box is a gateway to their own little personal realm called the Labyrinth. But what's interesting is that I've always liked the fact that these creatures, as evil as they are, I do think they think of themselves as angels. A lot of times they refer to themselves as angels. But what's cool is that in the comics especially, they really twist the idea of how knowledgeable these creatures are about the torment, the torture, the horrible things they're doing. So let me start actually with the synopsis of it, because I have an idea about where the story might go. Now, to be clear, it is a first-person shooter, which I think is a very bold decision. Hellraiser Revival is a single-player, first-person survival horror game. It was just announced, and Microsoft says its release is closer than we think. We do know for a fact that Xbox is about to be at Gamescom here in 1 month. 1 month from the recording of this video. If they shadow drop this game, I am going to lose my mind. Play the story of Aiden, who must use the power of a mysterious puzzle box to help his girlfriend Sunny escape from the otherworldly hellscape of the Labyrinth, survive his bargain with Pinhead, and battle the horrific cult devoted to the Cenobites. Now, this is an interesting thing that we have kind of seen in other Hellraiser stories. So I'm actually, personally, I'm super excited that they're going in this direction, which is that the Cenobites, their whole thing is torment. About basically, we have the delights. The purest form of pleasure is just being skinned and existing in hell forever, right? But they also like to mentally torture people. Something they do in the comics specifically is, say you have two people and they're hanging out. One of them opens the box. Instead of taking both to hell, they trick you and say, okay, look, we'll preserve your friend in time. I can't even show you the pictures of this because it's so graphic. But in the comic, they go, okay, look, we're going to rip your friend apart a bit, but they're technically going to be alive. So here's the deal. You take the box and trick other people into opening it. We can't go around. We can't make the box float. So it's your job to get other people and feed us their souls. When we hit 20 or 100 souls or whatever, we'll give you your friend back. They'll be totally fine. Everything will be great. They're stopped in time inside of hell, so it's fine. And so I almost get the feeling that's the story they're going to do. They're being kind of vague about it, but I have a feeling it's going to be, because in the trailer, the part of the trailer I can't show you is she is just bouncing on his dick like a pogo stick, and then she solves the puzzle box mid-orgasm, and they show up, and it looks like they yoink her, and now your job is to basically feed it souls or defeat this cult in order to bring her back. I have to say that this entire story sounds fantastic, but I have to admit that most importantly, I am really glad that this isn't just another freaking asymmetrical horror game. A lot of the replies to this, when I saw the original tweet by Wario64, people were like, I'm so glad it's not a killer versus survivor style game. Oh, I'm glad it's not asymmetrical horror. I feel like everybody loved asymmetrical horror when that concept first came out. I mean, it was a really cool idea. Killer Clowns from Outer Space turned out to be a pretty decent game. Obviously, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Friday the 13th game, Dead by Daylight, which even did an official crossover with the Cenobites and stuff. But it also became this thing where after a while you kind of go, okay, I want a story. I want more than just generic characters solving puzzles to escape these monsters I actually like, right? I have to say that I am incredibly curious about what this game turns into. I can't wait for this to come out. I'll be honest, this has me chomping at the bit. How do you feel about Hellraiser, though, and how do you feel about this revival project? I still have to say, this is a wild reveal. I just opened my eyes, haven't even had my morning monster, and already it's a damn good day. Thanks for watching this short little morning video. I love you very much. If you could, please give this video a like and subscribe for all the good Hellraiser goodness. And please keep dreaming, because we have such sights to show you. Oh man, I'm so excited. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.